So EA have done it again. Not only did we get Bonkers and SBC, multiple centre-backs, gold Virgil in pretty much every team, they have now given us Maldini. I don't know why. We've got a 92 centre-back Maldini, meaning we have an endgame centre-back in January. I literally don't know what the kind of point of this is, because Maldini is phenomenal. In any sense, he is a must do. If you've got Blanc, Maldini is going to be a great partner to him, and naturally you are done with centre-backs for quite some time. Maldini and Virgil together, that is the perfect combination that anybody can have. So the way that we can get him done, we've got a bronze 11 rare, we've got silver 11 rare. He is currently coming in at the moment at 1.1 million, which is pretty much what his transfer price is. We've got an 83 for the loan, an 83 with a Milan, 86 with Italian, 87 Serie A, Team of the Week in an 87, 88, 88, 88, and an 89. Surprisingly, that's not terrible. I don't know if flashbacks of Mbappe still crawling into my dreams, but that isn't actually that bad. Once you've knocked out the 4 SBCs at the top, everything else becomes relatively easy. So you only need 1 inform as well, which I find even more funny, just because we've had other icons that have cost so much more. So naturally, this is going to be a must completion for myself, and especially over the Team of the Year period. This should be very simple to do. The one thing that we have got is only 30 days to get him done. So they knew that what they were doing, they're basically trying to kind of interrupt your grind for Eusebio, grind for Hullet. If you've done Zidane, the Mbappe, it's just another big boy SBC. So where do I go to start with this then? So the number one thing for me is getting at least one 86 to 88 inform. Because you've only got 1 inform requirement, I would try and get that done as quick as possible. So what you want to be doing is doing the Team of the Week upgrade until you get it. Naturally, you don't want to buy them as they still come in at a price. I think I've got an 86. We've got Lacazette as one of them, so we have got that already. But naturally, that would be my number 1 start. Now, in terms of packs to grind him out, we did get the 84 times 5 today. I'm praying that it doesn't require a Team in a Week, but it looks like it does, and an 82 rated team, so that again is going to be more of a grind towards the 83 pick, but naturally we've got lots of steps to grind that out. So the first things first for me is, where are we going to get all of these packs from to enable us to grind, get a Maldini done as quick as possible? So first and foremost is the objectives. I only briefly talk about these because we do have a lot of upgrades that we can get. From just the 87 times 2, 80 times 5, we get to pick the 84 times 20 at the end, let alone the 83 times 20 there. We also have an 82 times 20 and yada yada, you can keep going. Then obviously all of the objectives that we've got that we can obviously complete, let alone in the live with the build up for the Winter Wild Crafting, the Winter Draft Play, Champions Bonus, versus Daily, as well as the Completionist. We have got a lot of things that we wouldn't even have to grind the game that much to get an SBC like this done. Now, don't get this twisted, because if you wanted to do multiple of them, then yes, naturally we're going to need more than just 1 pack. But in terms of actually just grinding for 1 of them, we're relatively there. I think we've got, well, we've got an Elite Versus, and we've got the Ultra Versus pack. What's this? 14 players, 88 or higher, 1 base icon, also 4 versus, oh, player picks, okay. That's just mental in itself. 4,000 FIFA points. We've got this one at least is slightly better. I know it's 3,000 points, but 100 rares, 47 of them guaranteed to be 84, 3 guaranteed to be 88, as well as the players, which is fine. At least, I really don't like these packs because it's just crazy. Like there we go, 3,500 for 70, 83 and above. I do think the 47, 84s is going to be better, but you will get a lot of 84s, but it's just the fact that we've got so many is the overwhelming factor. Because I remember FIFA 15, FIFA 16 spending 12,000 FIFA points and preying on 1 walkout. Now what it has done is it's kind of taken away that needing the walkout, but it's replaced it with how much fodder can I get. So it is swings and roundabouts. Technically, you are getting better for your money, but also what they're not explaining is there is a lot more SBCs to do for your money. So it is still the same theory of you are gambling more and more packs. It's why I like to make these videos to try and grind them out as quick and as easy and as free as possible. And that's free for the money. SBC wise, we should be able to make coins back as well. So, starting off, where are we going to start with this? I personally would go with the daily stuff. So we've got the daily gold, we've got the daily bronze and the daily silver still for another 13 and also 13 days to go. So these two are going to be number one. It is a bronze and a silver for all of it. Nice and easy, get that done. Then I would focus on the daily gold. We've got 13 days of that still. You can do that 3 times a day. And the main premise of this is the fact that we give up bronze and silvers every single day for this. And we get golds back. What we could do with them golds then is we take them into the Premium Mixed League upgrade, which again we will complete, but it is just a simple 4 SBC. The way I'll take you through kind of briefly with them, but with the League 1, we have got a minimum now of 6 from one La Liga team or League 1 team, which is so much easier. Normally I go for the first few and we find one that I've done not so recent, that's 5, so that one's close. There we go. So I would try and use as many golds as possible with this because naturally you don't get silvers as often. So we're going to use all of these. That's going to be 6. So that's beautiful. So we've got the 6 in there. Obviously the chemistry and all that is very easy to get. I would then go over to the Eredivisie, and what I would do from here, lowest to highest. You can go ahead and go with the untradables if you really want. But for me, I'm going to be putting all of these in anyway as we continually grind round through it. And that's all you've got to do for that one. It's nice and simple. It's very, very quick to complete. If you can then find the players to link for chemistry, we're going to put him there. Got the left back in. We'll go with a striker there. We've got a centre mid. We've got left mid. And bam, done. Nice and easy, job done. Now with the left hand side, it is all tradable and the right hand side is untradable. What we do for any tradable packs is sell everything. If it's a walkout, if it's a board, if it's not even a board, then naturally we're going to get rid of it as it is coins we can actually physically get. This is going to help us later on in the grind as well. So all of these can go unless you can sell them. Then obviously we'll sell or get rid of all of them. I sometimes look, but naturally you find the kind of value for everything. You can have a quick look and see what the first card is. At a minimum, I normally go 1 to the right. Unless it is rare, then I predominantly keep it at 700, as realistically it doesn't change that often. But when it comes to like this, you will find that they do go eventually at that. Sometimes you can get a few players that might have fit a specific league SBC or a specific challenge SBC, and you will find maybe the higher rateds can go for that little bit more, but I normally find the 450 is perfect. 80 rateds even are the exact same, so I just get rid of them like that. We've made, say, 3,000 to 4,000 coins from that. With the League SBC, it's currently, I know PC is different, but in terms of Xbox and PlayStation, it's currently coming in, if I can find it, it's under SBCs, and then if we go under upgrades, it's currently coming in at... If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders. 22,000 coins. So what I take that as is, for instance, we've just made 4,000 coins, for instance, from that. We still then have a small prime gold players. The jumbo pack will technically give you more on a minimum because we've got a lot more cards to go with. The small prime could get us something good. Whenever it comes to this, I normally flex between the two and I'll have a look at my lowest. Say I've got a couple of silvers there. I will utilize them first, as naturally we want to get rid of the lowest rated players first, and I'd normally go with, say, 5 and then obviously 6 with the other. I would then next time round swap that over. Sometimes I go untradeable depending on if I want to or can be bothered, and then we go and go a bit further down as we don't really want to be giving up 83s. We can give up some 81s though, as naturally we've got a lot of fodder in here already. And then if I can make sure that I don't pick 2 from the same team, that is always going to be perfect. And one more, well, there we go, we'll go mains. So that should be everything. I'm hoping that's the rating. It is indeed. So then we can just go ahead and swap some players in. We go left back, we go CDM, we put the centre back in, or maybe not. We'll go swap here, and there we go. Nice and easy. Done. That is going to be the tradable side done, meaning this is all of the coins we can technically get back from it. What you do find is if you do get an inform, if you get a special card, if you get anything like that, it's basically paid for pretty much the whole SBC, as it's only 22,000. Realistically, you'll get something like this, so it's not going to be a great deal back. sometimes you might get a bit lucky with the players, and you do get some decent ones every now and then, which does help the value. For instance, if we got a team of the week in this, then naturally that's going to be, if you hold out for the highest value, they have gone for 40 to 50,000 coins. That will happen again. So I've personally got I think I've got 4 on the transfer market at the moment, waiting for that to happen, meaning you have doubled your value on 2 of these. Not saying it happens every single time, but it definitely can. Then obviously with the Lib and Sud, this can be a little bit more tricky, and this can be the more expensive part of it if you don't necessarily have a stock club full of them. So what I tend to do is I'll always, for instance, go ahead and get Cavani and also Fernandes if I don't already have them. They really help with a rating if you haven't got a stock club full of them. Naturally, because we've got a few already here at 75, I'm okay to kind of just put in a bit of random players and not necessarily have to get them in this run, but then the next run after I might have to go and get some, because naturally I'm going to run out eventually if I just keep on grinding this. So if I do with them, I can obviously put the 2 Boca Juniors in. We've got a racing club, and then I think that should be realistically the rating. If then we've got to find the other teams that are in this league, because naturally it just seems like River Plate and Boca Juniors are the only 2. That is going to be the rating at 74, which is always nice. We'll then swap these out a little bit, and then if we can go CDM for you, we'll go right mid here, and then we'll go striker here, and there we go. Nice and simple with that one. Like I said, if you are struggling, Fernandes and Cavani are going to be the 2 best ones, both being 79 rated. It just makes that rating so much easier. Again, anything from here now, we will actually keep, because naturally we can grind this through any upgrades, any sort of SBCs. So all of them go in, and then because these are all untradeable, we'll swap them over, and we have a couple of things that we can do with it. So if we was to go and we kind of noted their names, say we've got more than 3, we've got a couple that I don't think any actually go into the League SBC. So we have got the options at the moment of just the Winter Wild crafting upgrade. We don't have the 80 player pick, which should come back on Monday. So it makes our life a lot easier for choosing. So what we do for this, we'll go into here. I normally go with the untradeable, and I tend to go gold. I don't think any was a lib. No, we'll go with gold, and then what I'll do is I'll just check what's not League SBC. We know with him, he is Serie A, so he could have gone into the League SBC, but naturally, because I'm just trying to grind it out now, we don't really need to put him back in. We'll just go for an upgrade and kind of hope for our best there. So what we could do is grind all this through. We know obviously not to pick any of the League SBC cards, and we should have everything in from there. So that's going to be one of the upgrades. We've utilized 3 players. We are going to get an objective slightly more done, and also we get 3 players back at the same time. Again, we go with the same focus. We need La Liga and Prem, La Liga and Prem players at the moment for the final one, and then we can grind through again from there. So this is going to be the first 3 player pack. Sometimes you can get good in these. I don't think I have yet. What even nation was that? Ligon. I don't even know the nation for that. That says a lot. He is Malta. Okay. So again, what we'd do from here. So for instance, this works out pretty well. Yeah, it does work out pretty well. So Ligon, unfortunately, will go in the bin because we're not going to use him right now. Purpose of the video, but we do have Ramsey and also Gomez. So this is why I kind of open as I go, because sometimes you get some players that can be utilized in it at the same time. So if I go all the way to the premium mixed, we can finish off the Prem one, and naturally we already know the first 2 players on that list, and they also give a decent rating. So I'll go for them, and then what I'll do is I'll go into La Liga. I'll go for the lowest. Naturally, you want to mainly go for the golds because of the 75 rated, and you are looking for CDMs at best, really. CDMs and cams are going to be your best friends here. And then if we just go Real Betis, we'll go with you, and we'll go with Atletico. And then what I can do there is go gold, Prem, and we'll go untradeable. What we could do from here is choose some of the higher rated ones. So Mount's going to be a perfect one. Paqueta's going to be another one. Everton is going to be 79, and we'll also go with a goalkeeper, and we'll chuck in a Forest as well, just in case. I don't want to go back onto the screen, and then we'll swap there. beautiful. So we know we've done it straight off the bat. Just because we've kind of looked and known where the positions are, it's as simple as that when it comes to the grind. If you've already got a full club, naturally, if you haven't, I would just buy the few players around, and naturally that's going to be great value at the same time. So also with the value of the SBC, if you do pack untradeable players that do help with it, it technically lowers the value down each time as well. So it isn't just a solid 22k, because say out of the 44 players, say if you've got 25 of them, that means you've not had to buy 25 players already, on top of then getting coins back as well. It's a whole thing, but you will make coins back if you grind consistently. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of duplicates here. We'll go with any that can be traded for the 700. That's going to be also value back. Again, none of these are going to be League SBC bar from the Eredivisie. For the purpose of the video, we'll get rid, but that's another winter wildcard upgrade that you can do, taking you one step closer. Then finally, we have the Prime Gold, which unfortunately is not going to give us anything just yet. Could it be Brandt 84? It is going to be Brandt 84, so at least we got a semi-board out of it. So what we can do from here, because in fact we have actually got him, okay, I thought we didn't. So we can put all these up for sale. So again, these are going to be making us coins left, right and centre as we grind through, and everybody else isn't. So I would technically keep them for the grind, as naturally we want to kind of keep them going, and we could put them into the League Gun, and we could keep grinding them round rather than discarding them and wasting that profit. So then from there, say you've done a multiple amount of League SBCs, you've kind of got a duplicate 86. You've then got multiple options of where you go. You could go back to Maldini and look at what SBCs you want to do. I personally would try and go for the 89 or 88 at the start if you can, because that's going to be the hardest one to get any duplicates from. If then say I've exhausted all my fodder for the 89 and one of the 88s, I then get a duplicate 86, you can always do an 86 rated SBC. You could maybe put him in the 83. It's why I keep these till like literally the last second, because it's going to be harder grinding out for these than it is going to be for the 83 and 86. They're going to be pretty simple, so you want to get these done as quick as possible, as they're going to be the ones that are a little bit harder to go with. So then from there, we've got other upgrades that we could do. Like we said, we have the 84, was it 84 times 5? You then have the Team of the Week pick that naturally you can do to do more of the 84 times 5. And then I think that is actually all we've got at the moment. In terms of players, you obviously can do them for fodder. So if we were looking somewhere at the player of the months, somebody like normally the Eredivisie is going to be perfect for that. Or we've got 82, what's these going to be? Ooh, that's expensive. 84 and an 86 for him. No, thank you. But say we've got like Undav, he's an 86. He could be grinded out for cheaper. And then obviously he's an 86 that could go back into the SBC. And it's just utilising packs. You've still got rival rewards. You've got champs rewards, squad battle rewards, let alone any other upgrade packs that does come out in the meantime as well. It's definitely a big grind. And it's a grind that you definitely want to do, because literally this is one of the best centre-backs you'll physically get in the game. He is phenomenal. And I still, to this point, don't know why he's released. But we're not going to ask questions. We're going to get him done. Let me know if this helps, and then catch you down for anything else. Peace.